and they were running this World Peace, Willie Nelson Peace Foundation. And so they had done all this research where they found all the work on PTSD, that PTSD is the cause of all violence and world peace is possible if we treat all violence. Zachary Levi's vision. Excuse me. Okay. Earth-shattering news. Okay. Okay, so I started trying to connect and bring everybody together in this peace project to, well, if you treat post-traumatic stress, I started trying to bring everybody together ever since then. I contacted a billionaire in Palestine. His name's Munib al-Masri. He has a vision of peace. He built this big palace and he wants to have conferences about peace. So I was living in Austin at the time. He graduated from UT Austin years earlier. He's around 80. He's in his 80s now. Okay, I talked to him multiple times. I said, hey, I'm out here. We could talk about peace, you know, and I figured out the answer. So he's waiting on the sidelines. He's ready to go as soon as we do. So 25 acres, start talking about world peace. You guys know the cure. You guys know the answer. We're going to get to that, okay? I'm going to try to wind it up here. Okay, I can go on forever. Oh, man. So, Willie Nelson World Peace Institute. All right, I'm going to wind it up. Paris Hilton. Okay, one more thing. Okay, they're all best friends with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has multiple videos that have 3 billion views. Taylor Swift has written multiple songs about her own depression and anxiety. And one of her songs is, in my opinion, the most important song of all time. Why You Gotta Be So Mean. So that song pretty much illuminates the cause of all violence, all abuse, all suffering, all, children going hungry, all homelessness, all veterans homelessness, all suicide. Okay, why do you gotta be so mean? Why do our leaders let millions of kids go hungry? Why do you gotta be so mean? Somebody must have pushed you down and made you small. That's what she answers. That's it. The cycle of abuse. So Bruce Perry wrote a book called Empathy, Why It's Endangered. I haven't read the whole book, but it's pretty simple. It's right in this book. As trauma goes up, empathy shuts off so that we manage our stress once we're far beyond, it becomes a problem. So, 2 months ago, I went down and I visited Danny Trejo at his restaurant. Trejo's Tacos. His uncle, little Gilbert, growing up with his dad in and out of prison, didn't have a chance. He was so hyperactive. At 17, a gang killing put him in prison for 38 years. That's what Danny Trejo wrote in his autobiography. So they started out together in San Quentin, which Dr. Bruce Perry is on an organization trying to reform, where all the inmates are going hungry. There's different degrees of mental illness, okay? There's the kind that's like severe torture, which Kay Warren and Oscar, there's Oscar Sr. and Oscar Jr. Oscar Sr. and Oscar Jr.'s mom had to all go together through the severe. Okay, then there's like medium mental illness, okay, in which people are like chronically nasty and abusive and inconsiderate and annoying and like 20 times a day, morning till night, and then they cause fights with each other, and then you hear it okay, like 10 times a day. Okay, it's gotten slightly better, okay, by some miracle over the last month. All right, but the reason why I sound funny is because it puts a massive amount of stress. Okay, so you heard that song, The Shit Storm Beneath My Wings? Okay, that's what I've been going through. 59 years. All right? I need your guys' help to simply come together, eat some nice food, and talk about what is the solution together. Okay, I didn't see what. Is there one video in 30 or 40 years with Shad Meshad and his best friends of all time, Charles Figley, Bruce Perry, Bessel Kolk, Sandra Bloom, coming together and talking? Now, let me just call a spade, okay? I believe God kept you apart. Okay? So, I'm not trying to be a jerk and be critical. Okay? I'm pissed at the timeline. All right? Okay. But I believe things are lining up now. And I believe God made all of you like meek, M-E-E-K. Why does that sound insulting? Moderately ambitious. Super, super, super nice. But you can't be mean. Okay, I don't have that problem. I can be tough on crime. Okay. God made me different. Okay. And it can be very annoying for people. So I've left a few messages for Dr. Perry and Dr. Figley. Dr. Figley maybe, where I was leaving a message and then it started getting angry. And it's probably sounded like I was angry at them. Okay, but it's not at them, it's at the situation. And then when I'm talking about it, it can get confusing about who I'm angry at. Okay, so the emotional impact of the trauma on the family must also be explored during this phase of treatment. Children need to be given permission to express emotion within specific limits and boundaries. Children can be taught to label and name their feelings, identifying variations and nuances. Their frustration and blame may erupt into angry outbursts, or they may express their angry feelings passively. Anger work can help build more appropriate, assertive responses. These children may become angry because the survivor has put them through all this. Okay, in that type of situation. Okay, so the family being taught to talk to each other and become therapeutic to each other, instead of you go to somebody once a week for an hour and it costs $300. Okay, you teach the family to listen therapeutically and become super genius experts on post-traumatic stress so that they understand the cure. Okay. It's so freaking obvious, all right? So, imagine go back in time. Rick Warren and Kay Warren's son is 6 years old or whatever. Dad just opened a new church. He's having a struggle with finances. Every week he's got 3 or 4 meetings a week with grieving families. They're traumatized. He's got to counsel them. They're traveling around the world, him and his wife, going to AIDS events, witnessing trauma. Okay, they become, when your stress goes up like that, you can become numb. And then you have your kids, and then your kids are picking up on those feelings, and then you're hanging out with your kids, and you're going, hey, everything's fine, I'm okay. And you're acting like things are normal, but really inside you're depressed, mama and daddy. Postpartum depression? Okay, but because you're a good mother, you put on a happy face. And so, but the kids, they get the real underlying what's going on in you. And so they become confused. Okay, Daniel Siegel from UCLA has written 10 books on this. Being present. Okay, when you're a pastor and a pastor's wife and you're traveling around witnessing trauma, and then you become traumatized yourself, the way you cope with it is you become disconnected from your inner feelings. Oh, but here's the big secret. 8 billion people have the condition. Okay, because from birth to death, it's one damn thing after another. Okay, so what's the global cure? Sharing what is the global cure is the global cure. Okay, sorry to be a smart ass, but it's one of my flaws. It's a fatal flaw. Okay. I'm being a smart ass to the whole world, okay? It's not personal, directed at you. All right? But given that 8 billion people are afflicted, isn't it a good idea to set aside everything you're doing? See, every single one of you is working morning till night. Meeting after video conference, after meeting, after writing a new paper, and you're working on another book, and you're applying for more funding, and you're collaborating with other people that are doing other research, and you're getting phone calls, and you're getting emails about all this research that's happening all over the world. They should, every single one of them, stop doing anything at all. Okay? You should just stop. There's a song, stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Okay, there's this billionaire, Sir Ivan. His dad is a Holocaust survivor, Jewish. He wrote his autobiography, Unstoppable. He had 50 relatives die in the Holocaust. Went on to become a billionaire. His son inherited the money. Sir Ivan is now a peacemaker. Watch his video. He's now Sir Ivan the Peacemaker. Peaceman. We're going to invite him to our conference. My friend Carlos produced that video. He's a singer also. He sings about world peace. Okay. Shad, I talked to Shad twice. You said, I'm working hard. There's all these homeless veterans. We're going to court, and we just won in court. And, yeah, but you won 2 years ago is what I learned. You won 2 years ago, too, I think. And but then nothing happened. And that 500 acres or whatever, it's owned by the VA. It was supposed to be for housing over the last 100 years. It's the people that are running it. They're overdrugging people. They're not creating jobs. Okay. You're running on empty, dude. Okay, we got to come together and make it happen. Stop, change, start. So, with a better team. So, Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid, best friends of Paris Hilton. Bella Hadid, who's looking for the cure for PTSD. She has it severe. Her dad was the architect on this 25 acres. It's sitting there empty, right in Beverly Hills. my partner knows Paris Hilton. Okay, he was in a soap opera. He knows Paris Hilton really well. Okay, he's gonna invite her, but I need your help to pull it all together. Okay, we're gonna get together. We're gonna talk about the veterans. We're gonna talk about what they need. We're gonna create a task force. What they need is what all the kids need. Okay, the truth. Instead of a bunch of drugs and bad combination. Okay. Okay, I gotta wind down. Okay, I could talk forever. Okay, I got a call from Shad Meshad. Oh my God, I was like shocked. I met him 14 years ago in person, went down to his office, talked to him about Jane Fonda, talked to him about my mission. He said he doesn't remember. Okay, you guys are alive. Okay, as long as you guys are alive, I told Shad on the phone, you and your friends are the most important people on the planet. Like 3 or 4 or 5, maybe there's 10 of you. Most important people on the planet. Nobody knows you. Shad gets hundreds of views. Bruce Perry gets thousands of views. Tens of thousands of views. Even with Oprah as his co-author. Everything you're doing is a waste if it's not being heard by billions of people. So what I'm saying is set aside everything you're doing. Let's come together so that everything you're working on can get solved really quick. I made a video. It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@. If you're listening to this, you're there. Okay. I made a video for Rick Warren. I asked him to join us so we can deliver a message to VP and the president right now saying we need to declare emergency in the prisons. Get those people food, okay? They're in hell. Get them food. I want to deliver 10 food trucks to Lancaster, to the veterans and to my friend Oscar and all the other people there. 10 food trucks 3 times a day so they can provide some makeup food, okay, to make up for the state of malnutrition that they're in, okay, from being fed cardboard and bologna. All right? You're going to see this explosion of happiness. It's going to end the violence. They're going to be cheering. They're going to be like, oh my God, it's like angels just showed up. You're going to see the biggest explosion of happiness that you've ever seen in your entire life. I guarantee you. I met with Danny Trejo. He knows that this is right. I invited him to join up with Paris Hilton. I got a friend that I've known for 10 years. He gave some of my stuff to Donald Trump Jr. Pretty sure he can get to Donald Trump in the next week. If we get a no from the people in power, we should get that before the election so that we can determine if we're going to vote for them or not. So, Taylor Swift, who's best friend with Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid, her other best friends, Taylor Swift's best friends, have all said they're depressed. Cara Delevingne, Blake Lively, Selena Gomez, Lily Aldridge, Lena Dunham, Martha Hunt, Ruby Rose, Daniela Haim, Elena Haim, Esther Haim,